Hey YouTube! So this is a video recipe about my eggplant lasagna, and like always you can modify the recipe and put in different things or omit things that you don't like. So I hope you enjoy this recipe and let me know if you give it a try and let me know how it was. Thanks! Hey YouTube, so step one is to preheat your oven to 400. Use some Pam spray and spray your pans so that the eggplant doesn't stick. Step two is to wash your eggplant and dry it and then cut off the two ends. Then you're going to want to put your eggplant up horizontally and cut thin strips like you would, like how lasagna noodles look. Now, you don't want them to be so thin that they literally fall apart, but you at least want, like, what would that be, like maybe like ½ inch thick. Now, this part is really up to you. Some people cut off these end pieces just because there's so much skin, whereas there's just skin around here. And they say it's tough. I personally don't mind it, and it's more fiber and stuff, so it's just up to you what you prefer. The roasting the eggplant helps it not be as tough, but I mean, it is skin, so it's going to be a little tougher. But like I say, it's up to you. If you don't like it, then just cut it off and then cut your strips. Also, another thing you can do is if you don't like the peel at all, just peel the eggplant and then make slices. It's all up to you. Now, the amount of eggplant that you will need will vary depending on how big of a casserole you want to make. I usually do 2 eggplants. This is probably like a medium one, and the other one was a little bit smaller than that. But I figure even if I don't use it all, it'll be good for just plain roasted eggplant that you could have along with some protein. And you can freeze roasted eggplant. So, you know, I think it's, because this takes a little more time with preparation to make it, I think it's a good idea. That's why I also have 2 sheets, because you don't want to overcrowd this. So after you spray it, you're gonna lay it out on your sheet, and then I also spray the tops again because I'm gonna put some seasoning on there, and I want the seasoning to stick to the eggplant, so just like a little light coating. And I use Pam. Like in a lot of recipes you see it says brush it with olive oil, but I'm not going to do that because that's going to be extra calories. Now, I have this roasted garlic and herb grill masters or grill mates, and I'm going to put this on top, just like a little shaking, just to give it a little more flavor. Now, this is where you can really put anything you like. If you like garlic, if you like, you know, you could get the powdered onion, just kind of like that. You can put anything on here. I don't like to do a whole lot because I'm going to put a lot of flavoring and vegetables in my sauce. So I don't want to go too crazy on the seasoning, but I do want to add some little extra. And of course, if there's any left over, you want that to be flavorful also. So just spread it out. And I'm going to cut my other eggplant and do the same thing, and then I'll be back. So this is how much eggplant I ended up getting, these 2 panfuls. And I was going to let you know, if you end up getting little bitty pieces like this, you know, it's totally okay. We're going to be laying this out like lasagna noodles, and if you've ever made lasagna before, sometimes the lasagna noodles break and you just lay them in there like a pattern and everything's a-okay. So, you're going to take these and you're going to put them in the oven for a total of about 25 minutes to roast. And they're going to get nice and soft and some great flavor. Now, halfway in between, you want to turn them over. So, and you're only going to turn them once. And then after the 25 minutes are up, take them out and just let them cool. If you're, if you're still doing other things, just let them cool. And you actually want to let them cool anyway for a little bit because you want them to be still warm but cool enough for you to handle them to lay them in the casserole dish. So next we're working on our sauce. So you're going to take one zucchini and you're going to chop it up in a pretty small chop. Not so small that you don't know it's there, but kind of like a rough chop, I guess I would call it. I'll show you what I mean when I'm done. And also a couple cloves of garlic we're going to put in there. And I was going to let you know, if you don't have, like if eggplant's maybe not in season and it's too expensive, or it's just not looking good in the store, you can also use zucchini as your lasagna noodles, because both eggplant and zucchini hold up really well. So that's definitely another option. And plus, some people don't like eggplant, so give the zucchini a try. Okay, and this is what the zucchini is going to end up looking like. Sorry I don't know the technical names of this because I'm not a professional cook, and also I don't know how to professionally cut up. I just do what I know kind of thing. So that's what it's going to look like. So on to the next thing, the garlic. So you're also going to chop up a half of an onion and a half of a green bell pepper. And you're going to get a skillet and so you have your skillet and you put about, I only put like half of a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, just because I don't want a whole lot of extra calories, but you do need something to, help it not stick. You can also use Pam, but I just feel like olive oil does a better job of browning them. So that's up to you. That's why I only use a little bit. So you first put in there your onions and your green bell peppers, and you're going to let those saute. And then you're going to add your garlic and zucchini. I add the garlic with the zucchini because I just don't want the garlic to burn. And I try not to put it in there too soon. So while that is happening, get you some spinach and get that thawed, get it squeezed out. It's already cooked, so you're just going to put the spinach in like after the zucchini has cooked some, just to like warm it up. So here's what it looks like with the garlic and zucchini in it. And you're going to need a big skillet because there's a lot of stuff. I like adding a lot of veggies to my eggplant lasagna. That's what I like about this recipe. You can omit, you can add different things, so whatever you like. So when the zucchini is almost all the way tender, like 3/4 the way tender, add your meat. I'm using turkey sausage just for a little bit more flavor. You can just use ground turkey or really lean hamburger meat. It would all work fine. And because you don't want to do it like if the zucchini is all the way tender and you put the meat in there, then the zucchini might get too like soggy. So do it when it's almost all the way done. Now for the ricotta layer, I'm using fat-free ricotta, and I'm using about half of this container. So, let's see. So about, because this is 15 ounces, so it's about like 8 ounces of ricotta. What I did actually is I used half this container for something else, and then I froze it, and I got this half out for this recipe. Now I was going to use the spinach in my sauce, but I decided to put it in with the ricotta layer. So I mixed the spinach and the ricotta together, and then also an egg, because the egg holds all the ricotta together. So that's going to be my ricotta layer, and also some salt and pepper. I was going to let you know, this is this kind of sauce I got. It's chunky mushrooms, because I was actually going to like buy mushrooms and put it in it, and I'm like, okay, you have a lot of vegetables, just get it in the sauce so you have a little bit of mushrooms. And I tried to find like the lower sugar kind, but I didn't see it. I know they've had it. I know they have that, but I'm not sure where because it wasn't at my local grocery store. But I'm gonna check at Walmart. Or you can make your own sauce from like canned tomatoes and probably control your sugar a lot better. So I was going to, make kind of like a smaller kind of casserole and then like freeze the extra like sauce and freeze the extra roasted eggplant. But I was like, you know what, this takes a while, so I'm just going to do a larger size one and just be done with it. And then once it's made, I can put servings in the freezer in containers. This is just a normal size like cake pan. I'm not sure what size. I want to say maybe like 9 times 13 or something. And I think this will hold all my eggplant and sauce and stuff. So I'll be good to go. And like I said, I'll have lots of leftovers, can put it in the freezer, and it's like I have my own like lean cuisine or smart one. But much healthier with less preservatives. Okay, so we are on the home stretch. So you got your pan. You're going to spray it with Pam to make sure that nothing sticks, the bottom and the sides. And then you're going to put some sauce in the bottom of it to make sure that nothing sticks. Also, and here's what the sauce ended up looking like. And also, if you have grease from your meat, you should definitely strain that. I didn't really have any because mine was so lean already. You don't want a whole lot, just some, just a little bit. And then I'm going to layer in some eggplant and I'll show you what that looks like. So here's what it looks like with the roasted eggplant, and I have enough eggplant for 2 layers. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some more sauce. We're going to add all of our ricotta layer, and then we're going to put on top I have some Monterey Jack 2%. I didn't find any low-fat mozzarella cheese. If you could find that, that would be even better, I think. But I think this is going to be really good. And then then I'll show you what it looks like then. Okay, so here's what it looks like with the sauce on top of the eggplant, the spinach ricotta mixture, and some cheese. I know this holds 2 cups. I'll probably use about maybe 3/4 of it. So like a cup and 3/4 probably, or a cup and a half probably. Yeah, I'm going to do like a cup and a half because you got this layer of cheese and then of course the layer of cheese on top. So you have a little bit of sauce left. So you're going to put your second layer of eggplant, which will be the rest of your eggplant, and then the remaining sauce, and then cheese. And while you're doing this, make sure your oven is preheated to 350. And we're going to cook this for 30 minutes. Everything is already cooked, the meat and eggplant and everything. So you're really just like warming it all the way through and melting the cheese, really. So I'll show you the final product. So this is what the finished product looks like, and it was actually the perfect amount because there's still a little bit of space in the container so that it won't bubble over as it's cooking. And I wanted to show you how much cheese I have left over. I would say it's actually maybe 3/4 of a cup left. I kind of just do it to where it looks covered, but not like crazily covered. But that part's up to you. That's the great thing about cooking. You can really do as you want to do, really, and make it your own kind of thing. So like I said, this is going into a 350 oven for a half an hour, and I will show you what it looks like when it's done. And also, just like any other lasagna, you're going to want to let it cool a little bit so that it will set up and kind of firm up and not be all like kind of, it'll be more of a solid form. So this is the final product, and this is what it looks like when it's done. I actually cooked this for 30 minutes, and I've let it cool here a little bit because I can touch this. It's still warm, but I can still touch it. So I hope you try out this recipe and you enjoy. Bye.